Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, channel I try anything so you don't have to. And in today's video what we're going to take a look at, another watch from the Casio range, with this one being the Casio W-734. Now in this video what we're going to do, we're going to have a look around the actual design of the watch, talk about some of the materials, a few of the sizes of this watch, and then what we're going to do is quickly have a look over the functions that this watch has, and then what we're going to do is then pop it on our wrist and say it's like to wear. So the price point of this watch, you are looking around the £20 mark, and it can be got from the likes of Amazon, which I've linked to below, and Argos here in the UK. And for your money, what you get is quite a nice looking sporty watch. Now this watch I have seen in different colours, which I've just featured here. You've got obviously you've got this blue and black one. You've also got the lime green one, and there's also an all black one. Not as easy to get as this blue and black one that I'm featuring here on this video. It is available in other colours if you can get them. Now the actual makeup of this watch, as you can see, it is got a resin band to it, which has got some nice quite detailing going on here. It's smooth on the inside, so I would imagine most people may find this quite a comfortable watch to wear. It's got no actual any kind of indents or any peaks or troughs or anything that I like to say for Casio watches. It feels quite a comfortable watch, and you'll probably find it's nice and comfortable to wear. It's got a resin strap retainer here, and obviously it's got the usual plastic buckle with the Casio logo emblazoned on it. The actual case, you are looking, it's plastic, like a nice plastic with white lettering going around the actual outer part of the actual case, which gives it that nice sporty appeal to it. In terms of sizes, you are looking at about a case diameter of 42.4 millimeters, and that's quoted from the actual Casio website. In terms of the actual thickness of the watch, you are looking at about a thickness of 14 millimeters. And in terms of weight, it is around 37 grams, which is a nice lightweight watch to wear. Now, the actual dial window is made up of an acrylic crystal. So what I would say, it probably will be more prone to scratches than, say, like a mineral glass or a sapphire, obviously. But don't forget, you are paying around, the price point you are paying for this watch, which is around the £20 mark, as I've mentioned. So it will be prone to scratches, but the likes of Polywatch, scratch removal will be a friend on this one. And just bear that in mind, it is prone to scratches, especially with the plastic casing as well. So if that doesn't appeal to you, then you may need to look to spend elsewhere. But otherwise, for a daily type beta type watch, or like for a watch to go running and stuff like that, then this might be the watch for you. Talking about running, and obviously people tend to sometimes run in the rain, it does feature a water resistance of 10 bar. The module number, if I haven't already mentioned it, is 3283, and also it does feature a stainless steel back to the actual watch. The pushers, there are 4, and they are plastic in their makeup. And you also do have an extra button here, which is your light button. And now this activates the, as you can see, like an orange LED backlight. And it is quite a nice backlight. I mean, it's very easy to read the timing. And it also is helped by that very large kind of digital display that's been displayed within the dial. And also this watch will feature what's known as automatic time, and it can be activated by pressing the left split button for a couple of seconds. And what that will allow you to do, you don't need to press the light button anymore. All it'll do is, as you move your wrist, it activates the actual backlight. Now I would imagine this may deplete the battery, so if you wish to turn it off, then all you just got to do is just press that left split time again and it's off. But other than that, it's got a real nice backlight to it, nice orangey glow, which goes with the blue and black makeup of the watch. And the actual dial, as I say, is a nice clear dial. You've got the date and the time, which is nicely, it's very nice in the way it actually looks, and from a distance it's easy to read. Now this watch also allows you to read the actual time within 12 and 24 hour, and also, as I've mentioned, it's got the nice calendar feature on the main screen of the watch, but it is also a auto calendar. So once you set the actual calendar, it will take into account 28 days within February, and I believe leap years as well. So it's kind of fire and forget in terms of the actual setting of the calendar. Moving on, this watch does feature quite an extensive stopwatch function, in that what it will allow you to do, it will allow you to, obviously you've got a if I just pop onto the stopwatch function now, if you actually look at the display, you've got a fair few things going on here. So in this instance, at the top left hand corner, you've got a 0H. Now this watch will actually measure an elapsed time of up to 100 hours, which is quite a lot really, considering. And it measures the actual time up to 60 minutes in 100th of a second, and after 60 minutes it will measure in the second. And what you'll also notice is that this watch does actually feature a 60 lap memory, which is indicated here. Now the F stands for how many units or lap memory units are free. So in this case, obviously I've been just messing around with this watch, and it features 26 free entries for lap memory recording. But the other thing that this watch does feature, and I'll just quickly show you obviously the stopwatch as it's working. You can see, you know, it's going off here, and you can actually, obviously when you do split times as such, it will start to record it. You know, you can see as I'm recording the actual split times going on here, you know, you've got the actual number of lap and split times going on, and it is quite good, so you can kind of keep an idea of how you're doing in terms of lap and split times and stuff like that. But the other thing this watch will help you with is with your pacing. So what this watch does, it acts like you can act like a metronome. So you know, like a metronome, these devices what musicians use to keep pace and time, you know, it's obviously swinging from left to right. This will do the same, but it will do it with an audible beep. Now what I'll do is I'll take the microphone off and I'll let you listen to the actual audible beep as I'm upping and down in the pace. So if I tap on mode to go into the sound function for the pace, and just go back to the pacing, and if I put my microphone next to it, so you can slow down the pacing, and as you can hear the actual pacing is going down. And then if I speed it up, so you can hear the actual pace going up. So if I was to go back to the actual stopwatch function and press start stop, as you were going to be doing something like you run and stuff like that, you can hear it actually, you can hear it beeping away to give you an idea of the actual pacing and stuff like that you want to keep up with, which is a nice little function really, and it'll allow you just to keep in pace with the actual times that you used to do in your running and stuff like that really. So it's a great little function of this watch. So if you click on or tap on the actual mode button, the next mode will be, it will allow you to actually view these lap memory times that you've got on your watch, and it'll allow you to go through them and such, so you can just see what lap and split times that you have accomplished within your run. So it is a nice little feature, and obviously just if you want to delve more within this feature going on here, because I believe you can see a kind of approximate distance that you have covered based on the stride that you put in. The instructions are listed below, so if you want to find out a little bit more about this feature, then please click on the instructions listed below, and it will take you off to the CASIO website where you can read more about it. Now interestingly, I will be creating a tutorial video for this watch, because it is quite a complicated watch for the money that you pay, and it will hopefully help people who have this watch to understand it a bit more. So subscribe below just to be notified of the actual video coming up soon. The next mode is the countdown timer mode, and now this countdown timer mode will allow a countdown up to 100 hours, as you can see listed here. But what you can also do is obviously you can actually put in your timer. For example, if you wanted to say an hour, 2 hours, minutes and stuff like that, and then what it will allow you to do is obviously count down from the actual what the actual time is that you've put in here. But also what you can do is also set an auto repeat function. So for example, if the 2 hours and 2 minutes have elapsed, or 2 hours and 3 minutes have elapsed, it will auto repeat, so it will start again with 2 hours and 3 minutes. So if you are doing interval training of like a high intensity training of 5 minutes, and then you give yourself a cool down for 5 minutes, and then you do another exercise for 5 minutes, this will help you do that. Obviously every 5 minutes, if you set it for that, it will beep after 5 minutes, and then it will start again with another 5-minute countdown. So if you are doing interval training, it is really good. And the other thing that you will probably note on this actual dial is that, or display as it were, is that the time is featured on these modes, or the main time is actually featured down the bottom right hand corner, which is a great little touch from Casio, and you always know what time it is depending on the mode that you're in. So the next mode that's featured on the CASIO W-734 is the alarm mode. Now the alarm mode, you have up to 5 different alarms that you can set. So if I just cycle through 5, alarms that you can set for any time of the day and stuff like that. So 5 alarms, I mean, I can't think of a use case that I might need 5 alarms for. But if you do things during the day and stuff like that that you do feel needs 5 alarms, then or multiple alarms, then you know this watch does have that in spades. And the other thing it does have is an hourly signal, so it'll go off on the hour every hour. The next mode we're going to discuss that the actual W-734 has is the dual time mode. Now dual time allows you to display 2 different times on this actual mode. So in this instance here, you've obviously got the local time of being 1:21, and what I've got here is a time which will be 10:21 in the morning. So say for example, if you are communicating with other people around the world, and you can amend this watch so it is more appropriate to that time. And that's it really, and that's the actual watch in a nutshell. I mean, obviously I will be doing, probably have mentioned that I will be looking to do a tutorial video on this watch, and that delves more deeper into the actual modes that this watch has to offer. But what I am going to do now is I'm going to pop it on my wrist and say what it's like to wear. So here it is on the wrist, very, very comfortable on the wrist. I mean, obviously, as I've mentioned, with the actual strap being smooth on the inner part of the actual strap, as it were, and it is very, very comfortable to wear, and it doesn't inhibit the movements of your hand or anything like that, and it doesn't pinch or anything like that. It's just really nice. And in terms of design, you know, the coloration of the actual watch, I really like it, in fairness. I mean, obviously some people may find it a little bit too much for them and probably prefer a more muted colour, like the usual kind of black straps and black cases and stuff like that you can get with other Casio watches. But for me, you know, if you wanted something that's just a little bit more standout, a bit more sporty, and it's not too, you know, it's just right on my wrist. I mean, I think my wrist is about 6.5, maybe 7 inches, and it just fits really well. Now the actual display as well, as I've mentioned earlier when I was talking about the actual design of the watch, it is very easy to read the time off. There's nothing obscuring it. It's not small or anything like that. It's just at the right size really, and that's what I really do like about this watch. And obviously if you are doing running and stuff like that, you know, just to access the actual options that this watch has, it is great. So for £20, I mean, if you are looking at something that's sporty looking, there's a fair few functions to it, and it's just one of these watches if you are into sport, interval training, running and stuff like that. And with that kind of metronome option that this watch does offer, where you can keep pace, it's just a great option to consider, and that's why it gets the thumbs up for me. It's just a really nice, sporty, good looking standout watch really. And as I say, for the £20, if you are looking for something in that price point, then consider this watch. So I hope you liked the review, and if you did, then click on the thumbs up icon. It really helps. And if you want to see more watches, more tutorials and videos coming from the Reach Anything channel, click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.